one of the biggest steps to self-love is taking a stand for yourself. You know, saying no to something because you want your time or you want something else. And we just trip up on that a lot of times. We try to make others happy and we just don't say no.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an act of self-love, just standing for what you want.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the TPM Show. We are still at the TPM Ranch here in the heart of Central Oregon, 106-acre ranch for the TPM Legends event. Now, the event is just wrapping up. So if you've listened to the previous episodes, you heard us, I think it was on day 1 or day 2 of the event. And man, it's a happy and sad moment rolled into one to see people leaving, but so much good time. And I have 2 of my brothers here with us today, and we're going to have a conversation. Dave, Jeff, thanks for being here, guys.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, good time so far?
Legendary time.
Epic.
Yeah.
Definitely epic.
It went fast, man.
Super fast.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you're having a good time. You're surrounding yourself by good men. And we were talking about what topics to talk about. And one of the things Dave, you were like, hey, how important it is to be around and surround yourself with a tribe of just amazing men.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as business leaders, we are alone at the top, and it's difficult to find men at the same level. Not that I'm touting, making myself feel bigger here, but it's hard to find guys that are doing the same thing and participating in life at the same level. And that's one of the benefits that I get out of TPM.
Yeah, I mean, just yesterday, we're having great conversations, whitewater rafting, zip lining, and we have dinner at the top of an epic dinner on top of a mountain. And you're hearing, we say this all the time, you're hearing laughs, you're seeing tears, guys are giving each other a hard time, and at the same time having deep conversations, business conversations, and talking about real stuff.
And these men are phenomenal support. And we get to come together in fellowship and support each other because most of us have been through the same stuff. And we get to learn from each other, and it's absolutely powerful. It's not the reason why I joined TPM. I joined TPM like many of the other men to save my marriage, and what I ended up doing was saving myself.
Yeah.
And creating relationships that are going to last a lifetime.
Yeah, it's been awesome. How's it been for you, Jeff?
Dude, I was just reflecting, last night we had an amazing dinner, and nowhere else can you sit around a table with a group of guys and share your darkest secrets or your biggest journeys. I mean, it's like sitting across the table from your significant other type of relationship, and you just can't do that in the normal world.
No.
And so when we bring us guys together, it's just magical, the growth we have with each other and what we can open up and share with each other.
Yeah, what's always funny is everybody goes like, I've never seen a group of guys like this,
It's true. So everywhere we went together, they're like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Well, we're having so much fun. And I think this is going to sound bad, but I'm just going to say it. I think it shocks people because they see that it's a bunch of straight guys getting together, having fun, having good conversations. Everybody's polite. Like we're going into places to buy things, souvenirs for our families and what have you. And because we're so polite and the energy that comes across is just good men getting together, they're not used to it. They're used to the guys either just chugging a 12-pack of beer and being rude and rowdy or what they've told us is it's usually girls groups that go out and into these things. So to have a bunch of guys. I'm curious for both of you guys. Before you joined TPM, did you know that you were missing this?
No, definitely not. I didn't know what it was like to be open, especially with other men.
Yeah.
And I know for me personally, there's a lot of opportunity to grow with my dad on an open relationship. And I'm, passing that on to my boy. But I didn't know men could connect and share their hearts with each other like we do.
I'd have to say that I knew I was missing having a brotherhood of peers. In my small community, there's just very few entrepreneurs. It's a small community in Laramie, Wyoming, and I know them all. and I never felt connected to many of them. And I didn't realize I was missing that until I joined TPM.
Yeah, I think it's a common thing, right? When I look back for myself, I wanted a group of strong men who were leaders. I just didn't think you'd get to the depth of connection that's been developed. And especially with this group here at this event with the TPM Legends. I mean, we have men that have been in the movement for as long as 7 years here, and other men as early as I think maybe 2 to 3 years. But you guys have been doing the work for a long time. And as you continue to peel back that layer and get 1% better every day, as we talk about, and are sharing, deaths of family members, births of grandkids, all kinds of things, real life events, wins, stacking wins, as we like to talk about it, and celebrating each other. That's just a really beautiful thing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life-changing for sure.
Yeah. And just switching gears a little bit, one of the things that we were talking about before we hit record was this idea of self-love. Mm-hmm. What does self-love mean to you? I think that can be an abstract thing for a lot of guys.
That was one of the first things we talked about, if I recall, in the activation method, was making sure you do things in your life to fill your cup so that what's overflowing can be given to others. And I never heard about it that way. And that's really taking care of yourself first is self-love. Mm-hmm. There was a time in my career where I wouldn't bother taking time to do something like come to a retreat, or because I knew I needed to take care of other people, other things, what I really needed was to refocus my energy to make sure I'm showing up first so I can be myself, the best self I can be for everyone else.
Beautifully said. How about you, Jeff? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, self-love changed for me this week, as you know, Doug. Mm-hmm. And I was always looking, I guess, for a lot of validation, and trying to validate myself and trying to love myself. But as I learned this week, I had a blockage where I lost my mom in high school. And I've been yearning that love from her. And so I realized this week I've been blocking a lot of love, yearning for hers. And so I didn't realize, in my journey of trying to love myself, that I had this blockage. And, without this program, I don't know that I'd ever have gotten to that root.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And so I think self-love for me moving forward here is definitely a journey. It's not a black and white thing.
Yeah.
And I just challenge other guys to keep looking and questioning themselves. What is self-love? How do you love yourself? How do you fill your cup? And where are you looking for validation from others? That's really, you need the validation yourself, the love of yourself.
I love that. What it comes up for me as well, if I can share, is radical self-acceptance.
Yeah.
So many times, if we said the things we say to ourselves to our friends, we'd have no friends. Right? I mean,
it's true.
It is.
That's very true.
And then how do we accept ourselves? Like we're at a state where we all know each other so well that we can make fun of each other, make fun of ourselves, and know that it's just a joke, right? Mm-hmm. But there's so many people out there are so afraid of people seeing who they really are, their fears, their scars, their battle wounds, they've lost that ability to really appreciate themselves. And so they get triggered easily, right? Because they don't have that level of comfort with themselves in their own shoes. And therefore, if somebody says something about them or to them, they can get easily triggered and go into deer mode, which you guys know is an acronym for defend, excuse, explain, and my favorite, react.
Yeah. And I still catch myself doing that.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah,
I do too, man. Yeah. But we catch. At least for me, I
recognize it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I catch it much quicker.
Yeah.
And then you can go into the wolf, which is an acronym for
wise, open, loving, and fierce.
There you go. It's a much better state to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wins when we're in that state, especially us. So I can imagine, if you guys can think back before TPM, this concept of self-love and how that might feel, what it might seem like. What advice would you give to a man that's on the treadmill right now, or walking the dog, or in the car listening to us have this conversation, going, self-love, like, what the heck is that?
You know, at first it seemed like I was being selfish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm taking time for myself to do things for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I ended up having to learn the hard way, is that that's exactly what I need to do, so I can show up. I can be grounded. I can be wise, open, loving, and fierce. Because when my cup is empty, when I'm on empty,
Yeah.
I react. I am not thinking. I'm just being
Yeah.
reactive to all of the stimulus around me, the challenges, the business challenges particularly grab a hold of me and create a process that I'm just reacting to. And that's never successful for me. It took a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, I get that. I really do. I think it's so interesting when it's usually the people closest to us that call us selfish, right? And what does that mean? You're selfish. That means, hey, you're not doing what I want you to do.
Right.
That's all it is. Once I
right.
figured that out, I was like, holy cow. The truly
Yeah.
selfish thing is telling somebody they're selfish, right? That's all it is. Hey, when someone calls you selfish, I'm going to reiterate it for the listener. All it really is you're not doing what I want you to do. So therefore, I'm going to manipulate you.
Yeah, I think young, well, not just young business owners, but business owners in general, look at taking time away from their business as being selfish to the business.
Yeah, good point.
Absolutely not the case.
Yeah,
Step away when I need to go get away, to recharge, to make sure I'm showing up fully for my employees and for my clients. That's where it's at.
I want to buy you a gift. Look, if your marriage is struggling, and let's be real, every marriage struggles at some point, but yours is struggling where you've lost that love, admiration, respect, I want to help you. I want to buy you a copy of the book that I wrote, A Man's Guide on How to Save Your Marriage Without Talking About It. In here, I've distilled over 8 years of programs that we've developed at TPM to help men just like you save their marriages without talking about it. There's no fluff, no BS. It's an action plan that you can start using today to actually save your marriage and bring that love and respect back into your family, back into your house. You deserve it. Look, all I ask is you pay the postage, you pay the shipping, I'll buy the book for you. That way you can take massive action today. Click the link or find it in the bio and get your copy now.
I think for me, someone listening to this, they're probably on their way to work. Look for an off-ramp. Pull off to that next park. Shut the radio off. Shut the phone off. Get out of the car. Go for a walk. And try to connect with your heart.
Yeah.
Just shut the noise off and try to listen to yourself. What do you really want to do? What's making you happy? And what's going to fill your cup? What's going to put a smile on your face the rest of the day? And do one thing that's going to fill you up.
But Jeff, I don't have time.
Exactly. That's what we all do. We are masters at giving away our time.
Yeah.
So the challenge is take that next off ramp. You got 15 minutes between meetings, get out of the office, go for a walk, or just put your headphones on and put some quiet music on and just zone out. Shut down and quiet yourself.
I think it was Russell Simmons, I think, was interviewed one time because he meditates daily. And I'm going to butcher this, but I'll get the context right. Someone told him, said, hey, I don't have 20 minutes to meditate each day. He said, okay, this is what I want you to do. You need to meditate for an hour then. 'Cause if you don't have 20 minutes, you need it more, know? And that's very true. Would you guys say that because both of you guys did alpha resets at different times, different places. Dave, yours was in the UK. Jeff's, yours was with me in the States. Would you say that was a shortcut to finding self-love?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that was a rocket ship to self-love for sure. So many walls knocked down. Such a transformational experience.
the act of taking time away to do that was self-love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I knew I needed to do it. I wanted to do it. I'd put it off for 2 years
Yeah.
before I did it the first time. When I did it, it was absolutely transformational for me.
One of the biggest steps to self-love is taking a stand for yourself. You know, saying no to something because you want your time or you want something else. And we just trip up on that a lot of times. We try to make others happy and we just don't say no.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an act of self-love, just standing for what you want.
It's crazy how, for myself included, you grow up thinking that you're being selfish and that, I don't know about you guys, but I always felt like, oh, just give me your burdens. I'll take it. Like I was being the nice guy. I'll just do more. Okay, I'll get up earlier. I'll stay up later. Don't worry about me. I'm doing fine until you collapse, right?
Right.
And then you look around and no one's around. And then what I did anyway, no one was around. Like, no one's taking care of me. And then I get resentful. And that would turn into anger and I would snap a lot easier because I was burnt out. I had nothing else to give. I was running on fumes for so long.
Yeah.
Or numb out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the whole concept is interesting. There's so many guys, some of us are men, right? We're providers, we're protectors, and we want to do best by the people around us. We want to take care of the people around us, especially as business leaders. We also have staff that look after us and look up to us for direction. And decision fatigue can happen by noon. You know,
Right.
You're putting out fires as soon as you wake up. And then kind of this idea of like, who's looking after us? And back to your point, Dave, that's also where a tribe of men is so helpful because you got guys. I was just in the kitchen next door at the main house and I was talking to Justin and he was holding somebody else's feet to the fire. Like, hey, you said this, you know, so you're going to do it. And then somebody else came up to me or Justin came up to me and said, hey, I want you to keep me accountable on this. You know, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm letting you know so you can keep me accountable.
Exactly. Yeah. And no one else can hold you more accountable than someone that loves you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I mean, our significant others love us and hold us accountable all the time. And to have a brother to do that is just life-changing. And especially a clan of brothers looking after each other.
I would argue it's not your significant other's job, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Her
It's
job's, she's your lover, like, you know, that's her role. And I know for me, and I'm obviously working with thousands of men at this point, I know it's not just me. We think our significant others should do that, right? We almost turn her into a mom or like our mom in some ways. Yeah. And unconsciously, like, okay, she'll do this. When I'm down, she'll take care of me. Like, oh, poor Doug, you know, he's sick. I'm not feeling well. I've worked so hard. You know, come take care of me. We don't say it like that or think about it, but I looked around in my environment. I was like, holy cow. You know, am I making her my mother and not my lover?
Yeah.
Whereas you come here to something like this, or we meet on the phone or Zoom or text message, whatever the message platform we all communicate with is, you know, it's, I care so much about you. I'm not going to let you screw up. You said you're going to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire and have tough conversations. Like, look, man, and guys push back, right? These are strong men. And, you know, so if I'm holding Dave's feet to the fire, Dave might say, well, Doug, you know, I changed my mind. And then of course, he knows me well enough to know that I'm going to go, well, did you? Let's talk about this. Is this a convenient change or do you really want something different? And that mirror helps out so much because, you know, it's easy. When I was doing research in my early 20s, I tell this story that, you know, researching through PubMed, if I was drinking wine, I could show you 20 studies on how healthy wine was for you. But then when I stopped drinking, I could show you 20 studies that wine was bad for you. I was very good at justifying my confirmation bias.
Yep.
And having men like you guys around me too, you're not going to let me get away with it. You're going to be like, no, dude.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Those weren't protein cinnamon rolls that were in the kitchen. Darn it. Yeah. But that's also self-love, I think, Dave and Jeff. And when you brought up the topic, you're like, hey, these are two topics I want to talk about. That's why I got excited about it is I think caring for yourself enough to surround yourself with other guys like this that are playing at a high level, they have no skin in the game, right? So if Jeff is looking after you, Dave, and keeping you accountable, he has no financial gain.
Right.
There's nothing to it other than purely him wanting to see you rise to your best.
That's right.
Yep.
Where else do you find that?
It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
It's like being surrounded by, 20 of your best friends,
Yes.
but not just your best buddy. It's the buddy you've grown up with that you can share your darkest secrets with.
Yeah, it is. And as that bond continues to form and grow, it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we hear one of the guys knocking on the door in the background, yelling housekeeping. You always have a clown in the group, right? You
Yep.
have to have the clown
You
jester.
got to have the clown. Yep.
They always show up. Well, let's give some parting advice to the guys. Like, we're men, we like practical advice. Dave, what's one thing you would recommend a guy he's obviously sitting on the fence trying to make a decision in his life. He's listening to this as three men talking about this. What advice would you give him right now?
Be decisive for yourself. Make a decision to do something to take care of yourself first. Joining TPM is a big commitment.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't start with that. Maybe you do something simple like set up a massage once a week for yourself to just find 45 minutes to an hour to just feel good.
Yeah.
You can build upon that. I would encourage people to reach out to Doug and his team for guidance on whether or not it makes sense to join TPM. But it's been life-changing for me. Mm-hmm. It all started with wanting to take care of myself first.
Yeah. You have to make that decision, right? Be decisive. Awesome. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, mine's going to be the off-ramp. Find the off-ramp to find some time for yourself, whether that's taking yourself out to get a steak, whether that's a walk, maybe some downtime reading a book. Just find some time for yourself. We're all busy. We all don't have time, but carve out that niche and listen to your heart.
I love it. Dude, you guys are just such amazing men. It's an honor for me to spend this time with you now, and these last few days have just been awesome. So I greatly appreciate all you guys do for me and my family, for the movement, for each other. It's just, it warms my heart to walk alongside you guys in this world. So thank you.
Epic week, Doug.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
It has. Gentlemen, you've just heard from these two legends on what it is. Like, I know for myself, back early on in my journey, 10 plus years ago, people talking about this idea of self-love, and I kind of just laughed at it, honestly. I just didn't get it, didn't understand what they were talking about. I want you to go back and listen to the words that these men are sharing with you, because it's so important, guys. My advice to you is, hey, look, at what point are you going to decide that you deserve more than average? You deserve more than average, and you owe it to yourself, to your friends, to your family, to your community to grow. And this is us calling you forward, right? In a loving, respectful way. It doesn't have to be with TPM. I like it. I'd love you to join us. At the same time, do something. Like Dave said, TPM could be a big commitment for you. Maybe it's scary. I don't know. Do something. Schedule that massage. As Jeff said, take that off-ramp. Go for that walk. But do something today to better yourself and get yourself on your journey. And if you're interested in finding out like these guys did about TPM's journey, then look into it. We're easy to find. You can go on the website, or you can email vip@thepowerfulman.com. Mention this podcast and these two lovely men, and somebody will get on the phone and just have a conversation with you. There's no commitment. It's easy, and they can give you some recommendations outside of TPM even to get you started. But whatever you do, in the moment of insight, take massive action. We'll see you next time on the TPM Show.